All right, guys, we're live. Hey, I'm sorry about that. I guess I'll just go ahead and chat with y'all for about 15, 20 minutes or so. Um, yeah, I wasn't planning on going live tonight, but I'm so used to doing it on the day thereof that, 15, 20 minutes. Let me pause that. Catch it, knucklehead, that I scheduled it for tonight. Well, lo and behold, uh, tonight's 2 nights early. We're going to have Alphonse on Tuesday night. That's going to be a good one. If any of y'all missed the Crow first hour, that was pretty good. I was well pleased with how that turned out. Um, uh, Hour two was pretty good too, but it's just leading up to. In hour two, I discussed my failures, right, leading up to uh, stepping away for a little while in spiritual walk. So most of you in this on this channel are very aware of me walking away from the law stuff for 6 7 months and focusing on principle based learning and getting down to foundational truths and the revelation of Christ series, right? Which for me was the turning point for everything. That's when I stopped worrying about my all capital letters. I wasn't worried about walking in their courtroom and some judge having magical jurisdiction over me. It was no longer that because I knew who and what kingdom I was living in now, not a time afar off, but today. So all those things vanished upon that, all that misinformation, disinformation, and scare tactics from all these different avenues of rabbit holes that we've all gone down through the law years that mislead us, and really, and every single thing reduces down to this idea, right? You can't separate the two. Are they trying to take your power from you and trying to get you to run, or are you standing in the synagogue proclaiming it among them all that you have the power and authority and the dominion here on this earth? So that's just it. So when you get to that point, there's no turning back. I'm not afraid of this system. I'm not afraid of the judges. I'm not afraid of the lawyers. I'm not afraid of any of them. Why would I be? They have no power but what my Father in heaven giveth to them. So with that, let's tell everybody hello in the chat. If y'all got some questions today, let's chat it up. Face Diaper and Troy Rivas, Lakia, the king is mine. Jennifer Smith, nice to see you again. Jen V, Rick Swain, my future history. LS, C2 Air, 6:30 Central Time, 7:30 Eastern Time. Ian, Jebediah, thank you, brother. Thank you. Hey, Tina. And CC, hey, Ray Fang Lee, Eboy Toy Censorship. Oh, YouTube boy. YouTube, I got you. Davey313, Peter Clark, Revelation Skywatcher. I got you, Revelation. Beth McDougall, the Mark Gabriel. Glad to see everybody here. Davey313, Peppermint Patty, Omni Hay, Raymond Bradley, Jennifer Francis, Big T, Yvonne de Valentine, Overwatchers. Yeah, well, it's weird, guys. I actually got sick Wednesday. I guess it was time for Brandon to actually get sick. I started feeling bad about, I don't know, 9:30, 10 a.m. in the morning. Took a bunch of, knew that a flu fever was coming on. Got home, I don't know, somewhere around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Took a bunch of D3 and vitamins C. Laid on the couch, turned the heat on. Woke up, I think it was like midnight, drenched in a pool of sweat. Went back to sleep. Woke up drenched in a pool of sweat again. I didn't go to work Thursday. I slept till, I don't know, 12 Thursday. Got up, took some more D3, took some more vitamin C, went back, took another nap. And then I woke up at like 8 o'clock at night, and I was drenched in another pool of sweat, took a shower, and then took some more D3 and laid back down. Then I went to work Friday. So I was literally down 30 hours. I had a high fever. I broke one heck of a fever, but that's my personal opinion, is that when your body goes into a fever type deal, it's a detoxing event. It's a natural cycle. I lost 8 pounds in 30 hours. So whatever it was, I feel better now. But because of the quick flushing of all my system, I did drink 2 gallons of water too. But nonetheless, I beat that. Now, of course, the aftermath is the sinus stuff, right? So it is what it is. It's what happens here in Louisiana when the weather fluctuates by 50, 60 degrees in one day. Peyton, hey, I meant to answer you today, Peyton. I'm sorry. Don't let me forget to do that. Yeah, that Skywatcher, I've only been to 2 in my entire life. I don't celebrate death like I don't understand the whole concept here in the Western world of mourning death. We should be celebrating the life instead of mourning death. Hey, Kathy, how you doing? Well, y'all got anything? I hope everybody enjoyed the Crow episode. I don't have anything to talk about. I don't even have anything pulled up to talk about. Good, brother. Good revelation. That's great, brother. Oh, and by the way, guys, if you're not involved with the Telegram yet, you should be, especially if you got my email address. I know a couple of y'all are having a hard time getting used to the Telegram app and things of that nature. But listen, guys, like everything else, there's a YouTube tutorial for it that you just go watch it. I'm not the best digital guy neither. You did, Kathy? No, yes, but that's again, unless your name's a business, what good is it going to do? I mean, you can go to your local clerk or court and do a doing business as and make it your copyright. I mean, nobody can steal your name or your identity. I mean, they talk all this crazy stuff, stealing your identity. That's just that digital identity. They can't steal anything. It's not, what are you scared of it for, Dia? Listen, we got to get out of this idea. Tell the Telegram, all things inert. Okay. We take a book, right? The book's inert. It can't do anything. Now, how you apply what you learn out of that book is your ability to do good and evil. Okay. Same thing with Telegram. I use it for good. So guess what? It's good. I use YouTube for good. Guess what? It's good. Although the parent company, Google, is probably one of the worst companies on earth, we use this platform for good. So it can't be bad. Hey, David. Oh, I have it on the computer. I like it on my computer best. That's when I use it the most, is because I have a hard time seeing because I'm blind on my little bitty old phone. Yeah, I agree, guys. Y'all will find a plethora of information on Telegram. It's easier for me. So for me, signing in with a password every time to get on the website was just too much of a hassle, and trying to keep up with everything in the different sections where I just press an app on my phone or press this app on my computer and everything comes up and I can read everybody's, I can catch up very quickly right now because we only have like, I think 400 people in the law group, and Gary's done a good job of separating the groups. So the law group is just law. It's just documents, and people, you can upload documents there too. Don't be afraid to. That's what it's for. But the chat room, people, is where people meet and greet. Oh, hey, Truth to Love inside you. Nice to see you, brother. Yes, there is. It must just, I must not included it in the series. It's probably in natural order. I'll go find it. I need to put it in there. There's a part 4. It is. I did the entire book, so I must be missing part 4 out of there. I must not put it in the series. Let me write that down. Where's my pen? Well, whatever. I don't have one. No snow here. No snow here, bro. Really? Y'all got notices tonight. That's nice. Huh? Wow. Might be turning the corner. Who knows? It only took 2 years for us to start growing again, folks. The diligent man, remain faithful and remain hopeful. All things will happen in due time. And of course, I was growing during that time too, so it works out perfectly. Well, first off, I just can't answer that question for Australian people there, because here's the truth. This is the hardcore truth about this. Governments, corporations, hospitals, none of those things can commit crimes. All right. The truth of the matter is where you live and the people around you are the true criminals. Okay. So to be free in a total society of brain dead drones like the Australians in Melbourne and things like that is going to be a lot tougher than here, but it starts right here. And brother Mark, you know this. You've already got it there, but it's got that consciousness has to rise around you. And thankfully, here, especially in Louisiana, it wasn't as hard to press back on all these draconian things because people still had a little bit of morality to them. But once your society's so far gone that they'll commit these atrocious acts against each other, it's hard to turn it around. I'm not saying it can't be turned around. I'm not saying it won't be turned around, but it's a little bit different. All I can speak of is in my immediate space, and we're going to turn this thing around. I haven't been getting notifications. Well, that's pretty spot on for this channel, but I've got to hydrate, guys. I've been eating a lot of those D3 pills. Well, there's always here's the sucky thing, because in order for a law to be a law means that which is laid down. It means it's unchangeable. Like the laws of nature are unchangeable. The laws of thermodynamics are unchangeable. The laws of buoyancy and density are unchangeable. The laws and duties that we have for with one another to be reasonable in acting as good Samaritans towards our brothers and sisters, those laws aren't changing. The laws inside Title 18, which are most of your common law here in the United States, those laws are unchangeable. When I have a duty to you and I breach that duty and I cause damages, that means I'm civilly or criminally held accountable for. Well, that's all. I'm pretty sure that's worldwide. Okay. But the issue is finding through the sea and web of lies and through their use of language to distort everything. And I'll give y'all a perfect example. Okay. Everybody goes and freaks out about the SCOTUS ruling, right? And says healthcare workers have the mandates are okay. Well, first off, remember, folks, there's only two things in the entire Constitution that Congress can make no law against. Okay, so one of them is respecting an establishment of religion or the free exercise thereof, and the second is they cannot pass any law inhibiting the duties and obligations of contract. So let me find this word real quick here in Black's Law, and let me discuss this on why the SCOTUS said what he said regarding that they could ask. Sorry about that. They could ask for a mandate. Okay, so you've got to understand the language first, and then separate the two. I'm almost there. Oh, come on. This book is huge, man. All right. There we go. All right. So let me share this. Share screen. Share screen. 2. Share. All right. Let's blow that up. All right. Let's read this together. I'll blow it up some more. All right. A mandate. Let's pull her down. A mandate is a command, order, or direction, written or oral, which court is authorized to give and person is bound to obey. All right. A judicial command or precept proceeding from a court or judicial officer directing the proper officer to enforce a judgment, sentence, or decree. Okay. All right. That's one side of mandate. Let's go look at the other side of mandate. A contract by which a lawful business is committed to the management of another and by him undertaken to be performed gratuitously. The mandatory is bound to the exercise of slight diligence and is responsible for gross neglect. A mandate, procuration, or letter of attorney is an act by which one person gives power to another to transact for him and in his name or several affairs. Okay. All right. So one is an offer. One is a contract offer, right? So one is an out-of-court statement. The other comes from a court, and the court issues a writ of execution, and the sheriff goes and does it. That's a mandate. You have to do it. You have to reply by this date, whatever. That's a mandate. That's an in-court statement. There's a reason why the judge didn't mandate, but said that the hospital could. Well, everybody can mandate. You can mandate to me. You can mandate anything you want to me. You can. I don't have to do it. It's by no legal or lawful authority. The SCOTUS told you, the SCOTUS wrote in the opinion that religious freedom shall not be abridged. And so people cannot differentiate between these words that are being used because, one, they don't read. And two, when they read this right here, they don't understand that one of the definitions is applied in a court. And anything outside of that court then must meet the law of contract law. So in order for a contract law to be valid, there must be full voluntary consent, meeting of the minds, consideration, and then an agreement. Well, without those, it's void ab initio. So anybody can mandate by who and what authority are you mandating? I don't know, by our corporate policy. Well, that corporate policy shows that it applies to me, that I don't have the right to conscientiously object. Well, you do. I know I do. And that's the power of knowing versus the power of just thinking something, right? And so we can't tune in to CNN. We can't tune in to some guy writing a story on this decision who has his opinion, right? Because he went to the same dumbed down ignorant schools of indoctrination and programming as everyone else. We can't even listen to a lawyer's interpretation of it because the lawyer doesn't know the right between a right and privilege. Most of them, there's great men and women out there who are lawyers who do have a conscience, as such as Dr. Graves. There always is an exception to the rule. But you must be able to go in here and read this and understand yourself too. That way, when you see it, you automatically, the words pop out at you and you remember them and you go, the key words are there. Okay. Same thing with Title 26 and the IRS and everything else like that. So I understand unequivocally that's why the geographical location of the United States and the states of the United States is Washington, D.C., the 6 mile square, right? Because a municipality must have a territory and it must have inhabitants in order for it to exist. So it's got this geographic location. That's why everybody's domiciled there. Well, then you start seeing the ease of which you can maneuver around these and how, with feigned words, they've made merchandise out of you. But at the same time, if someone has a much better understanding of the language than you do, they have a higher hand on you, right? And this is the importance of language, because language is that tool in which we convey the immaterial into the material. So once you understand that, you'll take back that control. And people go, well, they're spellcasters. Well, how about this? How about you turn from being the spell catcher to the spell caster and start turning these words into words of good and turn the artifice, right, and into constructive good things instead of destructive thoughts. Okay, with that was one explanation I was planning on doing Tuesday, but we did it today. So y'all got a freebie. Yeah, I don't care about that. I'll never vote again anyway. That's not where that's not where the issues are. The issues are with the schools, education, and then of course holding these. I'll tell you this: when we start holding these politicians accountable through these lawsuits and everything else, well, guess what? The only people that's going to want to be politicians is people looking to do good. Right now, people are wanting to be politicians so they can rape the American people over, just like anywhere else. What do you mean equitable questions? Why would you have to ask equitable questions? Where are you going to a court of equity? Well, it has to be voluntary. It has to be voluntary because even on their instructions, even on their W-4 instructions, they give you the option of not being exempt. I mean, they tell you right there, if you don't feel like you're liable, you could owe. Well, no, you could owe, what means that if I don't, I do. But it's really very simple that unless you really apply yourself to all this and get past that fear-based mindset, you'll continue to spin your wheels in the mud. Well, I accidentally scheduled for the wrong night tonight, but we'll be back without Brother Alphonse Tuesday. Hey, Eddie boy, nice to see you. All right, guys, we're gonna keep this short and sweet. I was already in bed when I realized that I made the faux pas of scheduling the Alphonse tonight. Know that I love each and every one of y'all. I hope y'all have a blessed week, blessed start of the week, and I will see you Tuesday night at 6:30, and then it'll probably be a couple weeks before you see me again because I'm going to get back to writing the Title 42 documents. I'll go hard for a couple weeks, and then I have to take a step back and go spiritual and get lined back out that way, because that's what I really love to teach. All right, guys, love each and every one of y'all. Y'all have a blessed week, and I'll see you on the flip side.